Hello, I'm Jonathan from Shooting Stuff. Today I'm going to unbox a new toy, a Lyman Mark7 Apex 10 progressive reloading machine. I have never yet unboxed one. My guys have always done it for us, so it's a new experience for me. The Apex 10 is a 10-station progressive reloading machine that makes it ideal to use with a bullet feeder or when you want to fully automate the system. The main reason that this 10-station machine is so fantastic because it's the only machine currently available on the market that allows you to use the Mr. Bullet feeder and retain the functionality of a powder check system as well as separate seating and crimp. Let's unbox the system, see what's inside, and join me for this exciting new journey. As they say in the advert, we only want to hear one click. As you can see, this really is the first time that this box is being opened. Okay, in the top, the first obvious thing is we have a mechanical powder measure in a white box, and this system is similar yet different to the mechanical systems from Dylan and so on. Dylan uses a sliding powder bar, and this uses a drum, more like the systems that Reading and RCBS have available. Next up in the brown box is the standard priming accessory kit for large primers. So this is really going to be our system to feed the primers automatically into the machine. We've got the handle and adapter kit. I guess this is the red roller handle. A hardware and accessories packaging kit. Probably all the mounting bolts and so on. Yep. I see there's a hold down die in there as well. Very important, and we're actually going to use this one when we go through the setup later on, is the instruction manual. I'm an engineer, and unlike most South Africans, I do like to read the instruction manual. All right, now we've got two big boxes left. The small one, I'm sure, is going to be the 11-inch high-speed case feeder. Very reliable system, got a couple of neat features in it, and this one comes set up for large rifle, 220 volts for our South African market, and it's designed to mount onto the Apex 10 system. Now the heavy part. This unmarked brown box is I guess the heart of it, and let's have a look and see what the Apex 10 system looks like in the box. Nicely padded and protected. Some well-cut foam. Here's our accessory tray. Little tub of something fell down there. And the main system before this box collapses, the one below it. I guess this is part of the case insert slide system, which we'll assemble shortly. This tube, I guess, is going to be for the spent primers to put them safely in a tub somewhere. And there we have the Apex 10. Let's see if I can get it out of this foam. quite a heavy and very solid system indeed. That will be our front. This looks like the primer or the case insert area, and then we've got the 10 stations running around, including the case insert. This system, I believe, can be configured ambidextrous or left or right handle on whichever side. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to follow that route as we assemble it later on. But let me have a look in the other boxes first. The case feeder, let me get rid of that box. So the case feeder comes with the spring system to transfer the cases from the feeder itself into the machine. There's a couple of power cords included. The American 110 volt system we won't be using, but the 2-pin system is suitable for South Africa. Lyman and Mark7 have a characteristic transparent case feeder plate, and this one is obviously set up for the large rifle calibers. The Apex 10 can load calibers up to the likes of 308, so the 6.5 Creedmoor works well in this. 306 and longer cases are too long for the stroke of this system, but anything shorter than that, so the 6.5, 308, 243, 223 are very popular dies or calibers to use in here. The system will take standard dies, so if Lyman doesn't make pro dies for that particular caliber, it's still going to work well on this system. This is a translucent plate that I think fits inside the case feeder. We'll read the instructions to figure that out. And the case feeder comes already set up. This little window helps you to empty out the system of cases when you finished your loading session. You've got a speed control. You can reverse the system with it being a DC powered system. No, it's an AC powered system, but it's obviously got an intelligence inside. You can reverse it, so if you have a stuck case, it's quite easy to solve that problem. And in the bottom of the box, we've got the mounting post, a bracket to attach these to, and a bunch of screws to join everything up. Always check your boxes very carefully before you toss them aside to make sure that you've taken everything out. I had a brief look in this one earlier. There's some zip ties, cable ties in South African terms, some brackets and bolts and shoes. I guess these are for assembling components on here. There's a bunch of springs, replacement springs kit for the system if you need it. These little feet enable you to get your system nicely level on your bench before you bolt it down through the clearance holes on those. There's a universal hold down die that comes standard with the system, which is nice. Well, this is probably one of the biggest Allen wrenches that I've come across. It's a 1/2-inch Allen wrench, and it's going to help us undo that bolt when we need to adjust things on the system. The mounting bolts to hold the system down onto your tray, and that's the hardware and accessories kit. The handle brings a little splash of color to the system. There's the interface bracket that's going to go on there, and the handle is going to attach to it, and the splash of color that I talked about gives us a bit of red in the system. Two more boxes to have a look at, and then we'll be officially unboxed. This is a priming kit. There's the priming system with pickup tubes and magazine tubes. This is the early warning sensor that monitors the level of primers in the magazine and beeps when the primers get low, and it seems like it's already got an interface to the auto drive system for when you one day want to automate a system like this. Some other bits that we'll figure out later, probably the primer seating. Yep, it actually says so. It's the shuttle primer housing kit for small primers. I guess the large primer stuff is already installed. Okay. This mechanical powder measure also has a useful user manual, which we'll get to. It comes with a sieve that when you pour your powder in, it takes away any clogs as the powder falls through the sieve. It's got a baffle that gets installed in the bottom to create a constant column of powder above the dispensing drum, and I guess this is the funnel through which all the propellant is going to fall as it goes from the powder measure into the particular case. So this is probably a 6.5 Creedmoor or a large rifle system. I'll keep that safe for now. Oh, wow, this is a beefy powder measure. It appears to be cast aluminium, I guess. We've got the drum that rotates. Like with many of the systems on the progressive presses, it's going to be activated by the presence of the case to cause the rotation and the dispensing of the propellant. We'll adjust the powder charge through this screw. Looks like we can lock it down safely. Very well made. Part of my tests as we go through the process of learning, assembling the system, is going to be to obviously check the consistency and reliability of the powder measure, but I don't foresee any difficulties with the system not being reliable. I think it looks like a very good system. Okay. Thank you for joining me on the start of this adventure. The contents of the box, pretty much what I expected, but it was nice to go through the whole process myself. The main users of progressive systems are typically handgun shooters, IPSC, USPSA, Steel Challenge, and so on, guys shooting thousands of rounds per month. But there's a new high volume consumer, and those are the guys doing really serious PRS style shooting. And I know that loading accurate rifle calibers can be a major chore, extremely time consuming on single stage systems. And this, I believe, is going to be a solution for the high volume PRS shooters, giving them really good quality ammunition in high volumes. And that's ultimately what we're about at Shooting Stuff. Shooting Stuff is here giving you easier reloading so that you have more time to shoot.